Hello, hello. I've got a crazy piece of hair right there that I guess we're just going to have to deal with. What's up, everybody? I missed going live last week and getting to chat with everybody. So hopefully everybody had a good week. We'll have some fun stuff to talk about. Hopefully. And if you didn't, I'm sorry, and let's encourage each other if we didn't. Oh my goodness, my hair. To be fair, this is washed yesterday hair, and then I didn't put any product in it, and I just curled it today. So, and there's no product in it right now either, no hairspray or anything. So I can't really expect too much from it. And this side always is poofier. I saw somebody here for a second. I already know a couple people who aren't going to be here for different reasons. So I will miss them, but I'm excited to hang with the rest of you. I decided, I told some people that I would try out the new liquid IV flavor that I got in my Walmart beauty box. That video I put up yesterday. So if you haven't seen it and want to see, it was a really good box. I got some really good stuff, so I'm excited about it. But this was in there, so I said, you know what? Hey, Emily, how are you? I'm just talking about how my Walmart beauty box, how I got the new flavor of liquid IV. And the first one I had was strawberry, which everyone, like, not everyone, but I've heard a lot of people like rave about, like, oh, it's so good. It's my favorite, blah, blah. And so when I got it, I think it was the last Walmart box, I got the strawberry one. So I was all excited to try it. And I tasted it and it was disgusting. It was like Kool-Aid made with salt instead of sugar. Like, that's the best way I can like describe it. And so then in my box yesterday, I got this one, which is golden cherry. And so I was like, okay, on my live tomorrow, I'll do a taste test. So, oh, there's powder flying. So I've got it in my cup next to me here to try out with you guys. We'll see how that goes. Like, I love salt, but I want it in my food, not in a drink. Oh, it was so bad. And I've got this one little piece of hair right here that I can tell is going to drive me nuts through this whole thing. I'm just going to have to learn to ignore it. Hi, Jamie. Do you really like them? Oh my gosh. And you agree that they're salty tasting though, right, Emily? Hi, Mia. Like, okay. So Emily is saying she likes liquid IV. What about you guys, Jamie and Mia? Do you like liquid IV, or have you not tried it yet? Because I tried the strawberry one and yuck. And so many of you like it. You know what though? Okay. I can say that, like, ew, it seems weird, but I also like some things that people hate. Like, I love kombucha. I don't know if you like kombucha, but there's a lot of people who hate it and think it's disgusting. But there's something about it to me that is so dang good. Liquid IV, it's like a hydration thing, an electrolyte drink mix. So this is the newest one that I just got in my Walmart beauty box that I did a video yesterday of. But I had gotten the strawberry one in my last box, and like, I had heard several people rave about how good it was. And so I was so excited to try it. And it was like Kool-Aid made with salt instead of sugar. Like, it's super salty. Bleh. But so I was like, you know what? On my live, so I said in my video yesterday, on my live tomorrow, I will try this out on camera with you guys and see if I like the golden cherry any better. Cause I think it's a new flavor. So, I don't know, but I was not even about that strawberry one. Sue, hello. I know a couple of my regulars aren't going to be here today. Kate is, she left for vacation yesterday with her family, so I'm super excited for her. I hope they have an amazing time. And I was so excited because the last time we were on here, so I wasn't here last week, but the week before, she had been very sick for quite some time and was going on to like a second round of antibiotics and was worried about feeling good in time to go, for her vacation. And they call it holiday. And it's so funny to me because holiday to me is like Easter, Christmas, blah, blah. So I have a hard time saying go on holiday. Like I always am going to say vacation because that's just how we say it here. But anyway, so I was so happy to hear yesterday that she was feeling good. And they, or day before yesterday, I guess was when I talked to her, and they left yesterday. And, yeah, so I'm super happy for her, but so she won't be on here. And then Penny, they are signing on their house, so they get to start moving in. So I'm super excited for her for that. So I will miss them here with us, but they have really exciting things going on. So that's awesome. I don't want yours, Jamie. It sounds like Emily might. Emily might want your liquid IV. We'll see. We'll see. Should I just go ahead and try it? I guess with you guys that are already here, we'll go ahead and try it. So I do have a spoon in here so I could restir it, and I've got some ice cubes because I'm like, it's got to be super cold because like lukewarm or just tap cold water with salty drink mix. I don't think so. Okay, so let's see. Definitely salty. Ooh, what are you having for lunch, Sue? You guys, this flavor is actually good. The strawberry one I hated, and I love strawberry flavored stuff, but I hated it. But this golden cherry one, oh, I'm down. This is actually like good Kool-Aid. It's not as salty. So Emily, you will have to pick up the golden cherry and see how you like that one. Okay. I was hating on it, but it's actually pretty good. I will admit. I will admit. Tomato soup. I like never have tomato soup. I don't know why. I love tomato stuff, but it's never something I think about having. With watermelon Gatorade. What flavor does he put in it? Just any of them? This one is good. The strawberry one is not good. Not to me, anyway. Hi, Anne. Hello, hello. I got to get over and watch your Shein try on. I wanted to see because I was so excited when I saw all your gorgeous dresses you got. So I will be heading to watch that soon. And got some fabulous dresses from Shein, like one shoulder, kind of dresses and stuff. She got a leopard print, like maxi dress that looks super cute that I'm excited to see. Tomutos? Tomutos? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, and I'm excited. And so have you tried on the white one? You don't have to give a spoiler if you don't want to, but I'm just wondering if it was like an old lady nightgown like you were afraid it was going to be. I thought that was so funny when you said that. Oh, I have to admit, I have never had watermelon with salt on it. I love watermelon, but I've never had it with salt on it. It was like a nightgown, Anne. Oh, no. Don't you hate that? Okay, here's something, and I think I've said this before, but it irritates me so bad because, like, when you look at different clothing websites, like pretty much any of them, most of the time, the people, like the models who are wearing the clothes, are not okay. Well, and super thin. So this does, I mean, it kind of does apply for her, but most of us are not thin like that. And so it's hard to visualize the clothes on me. You know what I mean? Like on my body type. And so, like, I'll look at something and be like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And like in my mind, it's going to be cute on me too. And then I get it and I'm like, you know? And so I wish they would like have several different sized people wearing the same thing for like photos for clothes. Because if you're going to make the clothes from size extra small to double XL or something, then show somebody at the, smallest and then in the middle and then at the, larger size so that we can like visualize ourselves in these clothes. I hate that. Like, it's always like So then there's things that I'm like, would I like that or not? Like, and then I just don't get it. And maybe it would be cute on me, but I can't actually visualize myself in it. It drives me nuts. Oh no, it doesn't look like a nightgown. Say it like the Brits do. Oh, hi, Anna. How are you doing? I was actually just thinking about you last night. That sounds really weird. Because I was went into my Poshmark closet and I was making almost everything in it like 5 for 25 because I just want to like clear stuff out. And so I was thinking about you because I know you do really well with Poshmark and stuff. And so I was like, I wonder what she's been up to on hers. I need to go look. But yeah, I'm like, I want to just clear out a bunch of my stuff. And I've been looking for some stuff or at some things on Poshmark that I want. So I'm like, I kind of bargain with myself. Like you have to sell some things so that you have money saved in there. That's what I like to do. And then use the balance to buy things. Yeah, no, Jamie. And okay, but even here, a small is what? Like, you know what I mean? Like some things I can wear a small, some brands I can wear an extra small, some I have to wear a medium. Or, you know what I mean? Like, why can't we make all smalls the same measurements and all mediums the same measurements? You know what I mean? Like, I hate that because then, yeah, when you order online, that's why I don't understand why like malls and stuff are fading out because I want to go like try things on. You know, like there's a fun element to online shopping, but like for a lot of things, especially pants and stuff, no way. Like jeans, I need to be able to go try those on. So, yeah, and even same with that. Even jeans that are in measurements, like a 27-inch waist or whatever, they're not all the same. I'm like, isn't 27 inches 27 inches? Like, why is that? Like, there shouldn't be a discrepancy there. I don't get it. Ooh, a new Profusion palette from Poshmark. Awesome. Yeah, and I don't get it at all. And it is funny though because when you I love when you see like those pictures where they'll put several people who are all the same size next to each other and show though what they weigh and how different their bodies look. Like it's so weird how sizing and stuff works. Or people who look kind of similar and really though their sizes are different. It's so weird. That is irritating to me too, Jamie. Like if you find something you like and you get it, and so then you're like, "Ooh, I love how this fits. I'm gonna get another color or whatever," and you get it, and it's a totally different fit. I'm like, why should there shouldn't be a discrepancy between those. Yeah, that is nice, Anne, that they have free shipping. That does make it easier. Yeah, feeling the fabric too, Sue, because a lot of people do have like sensitivities to different fabrics and stuff. And so that is definitely a thing if you can't like and that's the thing too. I don't love a lot of like silky feeling stuff. It's not that I don't love it, but it's not a material I like to wear a lot because okay, this is so funny. Um at our church camp, like I in the summer I wear dresses mostly, like pretty much all summer. And so at church camp and stuff I do too. And but I am picky with what I take with me because for our services, you're in this awesome like tabernacle. It's like a barn type thing, but it's awesome. Anyway, the pews are wooden benches. Well, some of them like have rough spots on them. So you could like catch your clothes on it. So I'm like mindful of what I take. Like, you know, I don't want certain materials I know would snag easy or something. And my good friend Shannon last year, she had on this really cute like kimono that was a little bit longer and stuff, but it was like sheer. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love that so much. And I said, but aren't you worried about it like getting snagged on the pews? I said, I never bring stuff like that because I'm afraid of that. And she's like, oh my gosh, I never thought about that. Well, then she was like nervous about it. I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean to make you nervous. She goes, no, but that's a good point. Like, I don't want to wear, and because I said there's a lot of things that I love and would love to wear here, but I don't want to because I'm afraid of them getting ruined. And she's like, no, that makes total sense. I wasn't even thinking about it. So I'm like, so certain materials too, like dresses that have a little more silky material and stuff. I don't like a lot of them. I would rather have more like of the cotton type materials and stuff because they're more like resilient, I guess. And nice and breathable too. I mean, if it's not heavy, then Yeah, and I remember you saying that. There was somebody who just recently oh, Sheila from, Inside Beauty with the old girl. Oh my gosh, I love her. Anyway, she had showed this pair of jeans that she got from, Sam's Club, and she's like, "They were too big though, so I have to take them back," and she held them up, and they were a size 4, and I'm like, "Okay, I wear a size 4 right now, but I was down in a size 2. I'm trying to get my way back down there." But, I'm like, "She is so tiny." I'm like, "How in the world did you think a size 4 was gonna fit you?" Like, I would think you'd be like a size 0 easily. But that's the thing too, the size I wear, people do not believe I look I don't know how to explain it. People never think I weigh as much as I do, but they also don't picture that I wear as small of a size as I do. Like when I told my husband, I said, whether I'm a size 2 or a size 4 or whatever, I was a size 12 for quite a long time. There were even some size 14s I could wear for a while. This was several years ago, about 6 probably now. But so I've been fluctuated all over the place as far as weight, but have maintained this pretty well for the last 6 years. But that was completely changing my diet, having my thyroid removed, all that kind of stuff. So that made a big difference. But my body, I think when people see it, like in my thrifted look for less videos or stuff like that, I don't think I have the kind of body that someone would picture being a size 2 or 4. Like I picture a skinny person, and that's not what I feel like my body looks like. I'm not trying to like beat myself down. I'm just saying like my frame is not what I picture in those kind of sizes. So that's the thing too that's so weird with sizing, because you picture like a certain look of a person, and I don't feel like I have that look at all for what those sizes are. Um, so it really, size in your clothes is totally irrelevant. It's what you look like in them, like how they fit you and stuff. And so that's a hang up though that I get too, where I'm like, well, no, I typically wear a small. I need a small. Well, no, I might need a medium in this, and that's okay. Like it doesn't really matter. And are people going around looking at the size tags in your clothes? I don't think so. But it's kind of goofy that like we do that to ourselves sometimes. Oh yeah, sure. It's spring break, so I've got like well, my youngest son home from school. My middle son's usually here during the day anyway. Dresses in the summer are dresses and jumpsuits are my favorite. Yes, Jamie, I have a big problem with that too. Yeah. I've been pretty good with it recently, letting go of stuff where I'm like, okay, is this something you super, super love though? Like if I were to get down to that size and could find something similar, would I buy it again or not really? You know what I mean? Like, because it's very easy to do that. Hi, Christy. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just now saw. No problem that you can't stay long. I'm still behind on you guys' Disney vlogs, but I watched the first one and loved it, so I can't wait to watch the other ones. Thank you so much about the thumbs up. Oh yeah, ribs aren't squeezable. Yeah, definitely. I have to be too often wear jumpsuits. Okay, I can actually appreciate that, Anne, because I'm very mindful of when I wear them. I will say that. It depends on where I'm gonna be, what bathroom situations are like, that kind of thing. Like if I'm going to a family member's house or something where it's like no big deal. But if I'm gonna be where I'm going in public bathrooms and stuff, no, jumpsuits are definitely not ideal. I would never wear one if I had to go like in a porta potty or something. Ugh. But I wore one on my birthday last year, and it was our first day at Universal. And I felt real cute and everything, but I learned real quickly during that day this was not an ideal thing to wear, because it was a total pain to like have to pull that down. And then I'm always picturing, what if for some reason like a stall door gets knocked open? Here I am. I mean, I had a bra on, but I mean, like you feel so exposed. I'm like, yeah, it's not ideal for that. But yeah, I love them for like around the house, or like I said, if I go like to my in-laws or my parents or something like that, or just, somewhere where I know I'm not going to be out like long or something. I love them. They're super comfortable and cute. It's so funny. Okay, so this is pretty funny too. Some friends of mine and stuff. So the four of us, you've heard me talk about my best friend Anne, and then our friend Terry and Brian and I have been going out and doing stuff together lately, and going out to eat and stuff. So we kind of decided to make it like a monthly thing. Well, our my friend Jenny, who comes on here a lot, Kate, what are you doing? You're on vacation, on holiday. But here you are. Oh, hello. I love you. I was just talking about, I'm like, I'm going to miss her, but I'm so excited for her. She used to be on vacation and she feels good. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much for taking time to come on here. You were such a sweetheart. You guys, I'm telling you what, this group of people here is amazing. Amazing, amazing. Um, I don't remember what I was talking about. But that's okay. It probably wasn't that exciting. Oh no, yeah, I was talking about so my friend Jenny that comes on here a lot and stuff. Um, her and her husband are going out with the four of us. So the six of us are going out this Friday to eat and stuff. And so we were laughing talking about because all of them are almost like 10 years older than Brian and I. And so we were laughing talking about like age because my friend Jenny was talking about her husband has to get up really early on Saturday, so they probably want to stay out late on Friday. None of us are like drinkers and partiers or anything either, so it's not like anything like that, but whatever. And so then her husband was like, "Gee, thanks for making me sound like an old man who has to be home by 8, whatever." And so we're kind of laughing, and he said something about I do have to get up at 3:30 for work, or whatever. And Jenny's like, "Yeah, I have to get up at 3:30 too to pee and get back in bed." And so then we're laughing, talking about how we all have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And we're like, "Oh, we're like old, aren't we?" But to be fair, I drink like 2 double Americanos in the evenings. So, and I'm usually drinking water or something at the same time. So, um, I mean, it's kind of expected that I'm going to have to get up to go to the bathroom. Oh my gosh. So it's 8 p.m. where you are, and you've been up since 4 this morning. Oh my goodness. You're probably ready to pass out. You know what? I'm gonna be really honest with you, Christy. I don't even know what the style is for spring. I don't pay attention to that stuff. Like if I see stuff coming out that I like, then I'm like, ooh, I want to try that. But I like never look and pay attention to what like, the style things that are coming out are or anything. Thank you, Christy. Wait 20 years. No, I mean, seriously, I do. Sometimes I have to get up more than once in the night, but I drink a lot before bed. So, um, if for those of you who missed it, this is the golden cherry liquid IV that came in my Walmart beauty box that I did a video on yesterday. And I said I would try it on camera today. And I said I hated the strawberry one. It was disgusting. It was like Kool-Aid made with salt. But this one, you guys, I could totally get down with this. It's not nearly that salty. It's got a slight saltiness, but it's like a good amount. The strawberry one was crazy salty, gross. This is good. Yeah, and that's how I am. If something makes me feel good in it, that's what I'm gonna wear. And like there's some people who have like a style, and that's kind of like their thing. That's what they gravitate toward. That's what they always kind of wear. I don't really have one. Like there's certain things that I love. Like I love the 70s aesthetic, that kind of stuff. Definitely I do kind of go toward that kind of stuff sometimes, but I also really like kind of a I don't know how to explain it, but like with the Doc Martens and like leggings and I don't know, like a more I don't want to say like punk because it's not. I don't know, but like yeah, more like that harsh masculine maybe a little bit kind of looking. And then like the very like cutesy like 70s flowy and that kind of stuff. And then other random things that I just find that I like I just like what I like. Like whatever. Oh, Jamie, yeah, that is hard. You know what though? Okay, wait. Were you the one who said you like dresses too? Because then, like the Empire waist type ones that come up, I have like a sports bra on, so my boobs are way lower than they should be. Well, they're where they naturally would sit. But like an Empire waist dress type thing that gives like that flowiness out, then you don't have to worry about like, tightness around your, stomach area or anything. And I mean, you have the option too of like shorter ones like that or like maxi style because I love both. The flavor is golden cherry, Christy. So yeah, definitely if you're gonna try one of these, I can't. I'm not the like person to go to since I hated the strawberry one, and this is only the second kind I've tried. But this golden cherry one, pretty good. Oh, thank you, Anne. Usually PJs when you're home. I live in athletic wear when I'm at home. Actually, I've got like these are some Lululemon that I did not buy. They were thrifted. Well, I did buy them, but they were thrifted. Athletic pants on and then just this kind of fleece thing. But I am in like tank tops, sports bras. That's why I have a sports bra on right now. When I'm at home, I'm in a sports bra. So I'm in active wear pretty much always when I'm at home. And I actually have been working out for over 5 weeks straight now. So I feel like I can legitimately wear them. And not just look like somebody who like is thinking about working out. Yes, Christy, they do hang a little low. We need that gravity help when we get older. It was so funny too. This girl that I know, and she's a lot young, she's in her 20s, but she has gotten into over the last year, like weightlifting, like heavy weightlifting. And she even does like competition things and stuff. It's really cool to watch her. And she was like, I'm watching my boobs slowly disappear or whatever. And I go, actually, I get excited when mine start to disappear because it's when I'm like working out and getting healthy and active. And I'm like, I can see like the progress because I'm like, I don't care about them. Like you can do all sorts of magical things with bras to make it look like you've got something if you don't. And so I'm like, I'd rather have all the other benefits and who cares about if those disappear. Don't you make fun of me. That's the problem when your kids are home and you're doing this. Live and I'm blasting music. Yeah. I know I was going to warn them they might hear a guttural. A guttural? Yeah. Okay. Yes, and you can belt it. That's true. My mom knows that. My son's cracking me up over there. Yeah, Jamie, you might discover you really like it. They're so comfortable in the summer. I am not a shorts person. I never have been. I've never liked my legs. Okay. I've never liked my legs and stuff. I just have never felt comfortable in shorts. And so that's kind of why I started wearing dresses because I'm short and I hate the way capris look on me because it just makes me look extra short and stumpy. And plus that wasn't cool enough anyway. So it was like, what other option do you have, to be cool? And so that's why I had started wearing like sometimes skirts too, but dresses are just an easy, you always look put together and cute and they're super comfortable and cool. And I get like they're from Walmart and they're really cheap. They're sort of like bike shorts, but they're short. They're like short little shorts to go underneath so that if your dress blows up or something, you're not like worried about it because I had that happen. And so it's like just a very comfortable way to stay cool in the summer and still look, put together. Yeah, baby doll style definitely could work too. And yours are in the deep south. I love it. Oh, Kate, that sounds so fun. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad that you guys are doing this. Like, it makes me so happy. That'll be so awesome. Celebrate her birthday. Are you serious, Christy? That is so cool. I really, I've always liked strength training, kind of working out best, but right now I'm super into it. And like I said, I'll be doing a video later for you guys because I've already had some really awesome results. And Yeah, I'm really pumped about it. Oh, I will do that, and someday I will have him on camera doing drumming. I will. I'll get him to let me do it. Oh my gosh, Jamie. And you know what? That's funny that you say that because I have small feet. Like I wear like a it depends. Anywhere from a 6 to a 7, but usually about a 6.5. Not well, I shouldn't say 7 because I don't think I've worn 7s in a long time. When I lost weight, I lost like my feet went down in size. So usually 6 or 6.5 is my shoe size. So I have small feet, but it also adds to the weirdness of things for me because I have thick legs. Like I'm never going to have these really slim kind of legs. Like our family doesn't have that. And so I've got thicker, short legs and then these short feet. So I feel like everything just looks really stumpy on me. Like, isn't that funny? Like you can have totally different physiques from each other and still not like it. You know what I mean? Like we've all got our things. Hi, Sylvia. So glad you're here. Yes, working with weights is just a whole different thing. It feeling stronger, like, and recognizing it's such an easy way to, notice changes in yourself. Before, like, the physical, like, starting to see things change, you can feel like, "Okay, now I can use heavier weights, and I can do" maybe you could never do push-ups besides on your knees or something, and now you can do them on your toes, or you can do more push-ups or whatever, like, strength training has so much more of like a what's the word I'm trying to say? Like just a noticeable change in things and it's so motivating to me. Like I am like all about it. And yeah, just seeing the things that are happening and like I've got some new equipment and just simple stuff. Just I had gotten some bigger dumbbells and got they're called bear paws, I think, but they're like a leather kind of thing. They just have some little why can I not speak? Like loops that you slide it down on your hand. So you've got the leather part here and it's just like loops right here. But so for gripping your dumbbells and stuff, so you don't get because I was starting to get where my hands were getting calloused up here. And I'm not about that. I'm way too girly to have some calloused hands. And so, and plus it was just uncomfortable. And so, stuff like that. And I got sliders for using on the carpet for different like ab work, which holy cow. I was using, the girl was saying like you could use paper plates if you didn't have sliders or something. And so I actually had like this pamphlet thing from church that was like this, a little thicker, like, um, oh, bye, Christy. I love you. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Um, but yeah, it was like this pamphlet from church that was like that thicker, like shiny kind of paper. And so I ripped it in half. I was using that for my sliders. My husband was cracking up when I showed him because I was like, I think I'm gonna order these. He's like, yeah, like instead of using these pieces of paper. But I'm telling you what, you guys, you do a plank and keep pulling your legs in and out with sliders under your feet like that. Whoo, the ab work that that gives is like amazing. So I've been, yeah, a lot of stuff that I'm super excited about. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yes. This my husband and I were just talking about because um so he got those FitVille shoes. If you guys have not seen it and you know somebody who has foot pain, seriously, check out that video. He loves them. He's got another pair coming and he's probably ordering another pair. His dad ordered some, his sister ordered some. Um, you'll be seeing me talk about some. And so like my husband usually like we love to go for walks, but it kind of had gotten to a point where we couldn't even do it because he would be in so much pain afterward, like for the next day after. And between his feet and his back and everything. So these shoes, like so we were talking yesterday, like we're excited to go for walks again. And that seems so stupid. It's not. A lot of you understand too, because you have you know, different disabilities or, you know, things like that. And just the simple joy of being able to go for a walk. And so we were talking yesterday about like we can't wait to start walking again and stuff. And I'm like, only right now it's still too cold. We have a winter weather advisory going on right now. We can't tell right now looking outside, but we're supposed to get like freezing rain and stuff. And then I said, and then it gets where it's too wet because it'll just be mud because we live on dirt roads. And then it gets too hot. And I'm like, so basically, fall, like for a few weeks is when it's good to walk around here. It's like so ridiculous. But there are places we can go that have like paved trails and stuff. So, but I'm so excited to be able to start like walking again like that. Like for him to be able to, he's been walking on a treadmill, and he had, was where he couldn't even do that. Anything prolonged on his feet, walking and stuff, would give him so much pain. And now that he's had these shoes, he's been walking on the treadmill almost every day. Like they have been phenomenal. So very excited about that. Oh yeah. That's the thing too, is having something to work toward. Like our first camping trip is the end of June. And we camp where there's a beach and stuff. It's on Lake Huron. And so we're at the beach all day and stuff. And I want to not feel so super self-conscious in a bathing suit. Like I want to be, it's like tons of my family's there. My sisters and my, parents and my grandma and my aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff. And so we all go and we have like this huge group. We all camp in like a big circle. And I want to go and just enjoy my time with them and not feel self-conscious all the time. And so that is something that is kind of like a goal that's a little closer that I'm excited about. And then my son is getting married probably next August. They're talking about that being probably around the time. So I'm like, you know what? I've got over a year to really like get myself in the best shape that I've ever been. And I'm like so about it. Like it's going to happen. I'm telling you right now. This is not like one of those, you can tell those things where you're like, I really need to do something, but your heart's just not in it. No, I am like all in it. I am tracking my macros. I'm like all about it. And I'm not irritated by having to do it. Like, I'm not like, oh, this is so much work. I'm like excited about it. Like, it's awesome. 10 and a half, 11. You know what? My oldest sister, I'm the oldest sister. My sister, who's 2 years younger than me, she wears a 9, and she has a hard time sometimes finding shoes. So, and then my grandma and my one aunt have, I think they're around an 11, somewhere in there. So they definitely have a hard time finding shoes. 2 to 5 shoe size. Oh yeah, like because the little kids. That's something that's kind of cool though about having small feet, because I totally can wear kids' shoes sometimes. Your girly sister, was that when I said about the calluses in my hands? Yeah, was it yesterday that we had snow or the day before? It kept snowing on and off. I don't know, but it's been cold because my youngest son has been so bummed. We have a basketball hoop in like, well, they call it an apron, out from our garage is paved, and then it's dirt because the driveway is way too long to have it all paved. But we have a basketball hoop out there, and my youngest son especially loves to go out and play basketball. And it's been too cold. Like he's like, it's spring break and we can't even do anything. Like can't go outside. He's actually out there right now, and I know it's cold. Um, let's see what the temperature is. It says 34, feels like 29. So, but it's been like in the 20s. And yeah, and then we have this winter weather advisory um until I guess midnight, looks like. But or no, not till midnight, till noon tomorrow. But yeah, so it's kind of been a bummer. But my husband said yesterday, he goes, why don't we see like if Asher and Riley, and my oldest son is working the whole time. Okay, Riley works, but he works he works nights from Thursday through Sunday. So he's home, during the week, during the day and stuff. And so he's home and Asher's home this week because of spring break. And then my nephew is home for spring break too. And so he's like, why don't we see if the three of them want to do something? Like, we'll take them somewhere they want to go to eat and then take them to do like a trampoline park or bowling or a movie or something, and stuff. So tomorrow we're doing that. We're going to take them. I still don't think they've decided where they want to go for sure yet, but we're going to take them and drop them off somewhere. Well, we'll go to eat with them, but then we'll drop them off somewhere for them to do what they want. Brian and I'll go spend the day doing whatever. And so I'm excited about that because he's like, it does stink, like it's spring break and there's people and, off on vacations and doing all this. And it's like, you're home and it's not even nice enough to be outside or do anything. So it's like, he's like, I just want the kids to like have something to do. And last year we went to, well, it wasn't on spring break, but just after spring break last year is when we went to Universal, and that was so much fun. I wish we could go again. But yeah. Thank you, Anne. Yes, I'm so motivated. You just know when you have that in you. And I'm like, I've done things for myself before, kind of like this, that I did well with, but they were things that were too, not something that you could maintain, like I definitely have, and I think a lot of us do have a tendency of like, okay, I want to lose weight. And you want a quick fix. And so you are willing to go to like these extreme things to be able to get it. But then the reality is it's not something you're going to be able to maintain. And as soon as you stop doing that, it all comes back, and sometimes even more. And that's the thing too, like you don't realize how much you mess with your hormones when you do that. I did really well on keto. I will be the first to admit, like I got down, I was pretty thin and stuff, but it's kind of funny. This one girl, she calls it skinny fat because you're thin, but you've lost muscle. Like most of what you've lost is muscle. So you look smaller, but you have no like muscle tone. And that's exactly what happened to me. And also that gives you like the, more saggy skin and stuff. And so like, I'm like, that's not what I want. Like, I want to be stronger because for me, a lot of it too is, hi, Brandy. Yay. I'm so glad you're here. A lot of it for me too is, I watch people around me and my family and stuff as they're getting older, and they're people like they don't take good care of themselves. And I see how their mobility is so affected by it and stuff. And I'm like, I don't want that. That's not what I want. And I can control that to a certain extent. And so I want to keep my body healthy. Like God gave me this body. I have the joy of living in it. I want to enjoy what he's given me and take care of it and feel good about myself and not self-conscious and, whatever. So, it's just a totally different mindset for me on it this time. I don't care. It doesn't need to be fast. I'm going to tell you in these 5 weeks, the scale has barely moved, but other things have majorly happened. I can tell in my face that I'm getting like losing weight because it was very much so more poofy out here. Just things that I'm seeing happen. And it's more about like the inches. And like I said, the strength that I am developing, the muscle that I have, like to feel my muscle, I'm like, holy cow, like I've never had that before. I have like this definition in my shoulders that I've never had. And so it's like making me very excited because I'm seeing my body change. So it's more about my body composition changing. So I'm losing fat and gaining muscle. That's why I'm not losing a lot of weight. And I don't care about that because it starts making you realize, and like the way you eating more, eating more protein and stuff like that, like things that fuel your body better, that your body has to work harder to break down. And so you're like, the thing about strength training over cardio is you do cardio, and while you're doing it, you're burning calories. When you're done burning calories. When you do strength training and you're building muscle, your muscles continue to burn calories after you're working out. Like it changes your, your resting metabolic rate kind of thing. So your body is working for you when you're not actively like working out. And for me, that is huge. Like, I can't even tell you, even like, I mean, it's still not even close to where I want it to be, but even like right now, sitting down, I can imagine wearing these same pants like several weeks ago and how I felt, like how my stomach area felt when I sat down compared to what it feels like right now. And that makes me super excited. Like, I took measurements when I started and pictures so that throughout the way, I will be doing that to be able to see my progress. My measurements, like I said, I'm not going to give spoilers right now, but let's just say like that gave me such like that kick of motivation to keep going. It's not even funny. The funny thing is though, the progress pictures, I can't see a ton of change yet, but that was 5 weeks. And so the reality is that's not that much time. And so, but the other benefits just like make it so worth it. I'm just super pumped about it in case you can't tell. But I feel like a different person. So I told my husband, I'm like, I just feel like, I don't know, like this motivation and this excitement about stuff. And like, yeah, I don't know, I'm going to be 44 and I'm like, I could have like my best body in my life when I'm, in my 40s, in my mid 40s. And, yeah, that's very exciting to me. I don't know. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, I'm like so excited about it. And it's even like motivating to other people in my family because even like my son, like we have a weight bench downstairs and stuff. And I'm not using that. Like I've just been using dumbbells and some, like I said, the sliders a little bit, some booty band type things and stuff, but not like crazy equipment. Like it's not like you have to have this gym at your house kind of thing. But we do have a weight bench downstairs that actually my uncle had given us and some weights and stuff. And like my son was like, I think I might want to start lifting again. And my youngest son is very thin and tall. He's like 6 foot now, but he weighs, oh gosh, 120. So, I mean, he's very thin and tall. And he wants to be stronger for basketball and stuff. And so he, does a little bit of weightlifting stuff at school. But so he's kind of been like I really want to get myself like, stronger. And then my middle son is more so on he's one of the ones who struggles with weight and stuff. And so he's like, but he's been losing weight. And so he's like, I think I want to like try to work on like getting kind of buff, And so it's like you kind of see this thing rolling. And my husband's like, now that I can walk on the treadmill and stuff again and like do things to be more active, like he's been getting into that. So it kind of starts like a snowball effect in your family sometimes because it's like now my husband's eating more like I am. He's counting his macros too. And so our boys, we do feed them a little bit different because they don't necessarily want to eat what we're eating. Like last night we had fish and asparagus and stuff. And so I'll make them kind of something else too or something. But it is cool to see like that healthy lifestyle and those changes kind of makes them excited to like, wait a minute, like I'm like, because I keep saying, I'm like, I'm gonna have bigger muscles than all you guys. I'm gonna be able to take you down. So it's funny. I don't think they want their mom to have bigger muscles than them. And I got over like the thing about like how people do the like, oh, if you're building muscle, it's going to make you look bulky. Well, no, it's not if you are eating properly and stuff. And because then you're feeding your muscles and the fat is going away. Like, and so then you do get that lean. That's what I want. I want to look, I've never looked toned in my life. And so that's what I want. I want to look toned because why not? Why can't I? And I'm like, if you put the work in, there's no reason that you can't. There are things I have to be realistic about. I do have a lot of stretch marks and stuff. That's not going to go away. There's going to be parts of my skin, especially in my stomach, that doesn't look real cute. I'm not trying to wear a bikini, people. Like, I just want to feel good in my body, And so I'm super excited about it. But yeah, sorry, rambled on a little bit about that. Oh, that does sound good, Anne. We just had tilapia last night, but I love, oh, we have salmon too. I forgot we had that. I love salmon. It's so dang good. And make like a dill sauce to go on top. Oh, love it. My kids aren't huge fish eaters. I think Asher likes it. But
Hey, Mom.
hey. Oh, who's out playing with you? Riley?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're wondering if we could go to a park in K-Pac to play basketball with Lizzie. And she wants to play basketball. And we got nothing better to do.
I don't care what you guys do.
Let's go.
Well, the two that are home right now are 19 and 16, and my oldest is 23. He's at work. But the 19-year-old will actually be 20 at the end of May, so he's almost 20. But Asher just turned 16 at the end of October. So he's the only one left in school. He'll be a senior next year. I'm all about it. Sue, he's way taller than me and weighs way less than me as well. So no worries. Oh, and that sounds so good. Oh, so good. Yeah, so my oldest son is going to get married next year. And then I've got an almost 20-year-old and a 16-year-old. So, aw. So our kids are close in age. I just have an extra.
Sure, good with that plan.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. He told you who we were playing basketball with?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Have fun. Be careful.
Yeah, I gotta grab a trash bag real quick.
Clean out your car. Oh, bring your dirty clothes in.
It's my receipts.
Oh, goodness.
For the most part, they're everywhere.
You know, so like obviously I do the laundry. I shouldn't say obviously. Some kids do their own laundry. But I'm like asking my son, like, where is this shirt of yours? And where is this? And where is that? Like, I haven't seen these. And he's like, oh yeah, probably in my car. I'm like, how about you bring those in? Like half your dang wardrobe is in the car. Oh, and that does sound so good. Wow. Freshman and senior. Oh, that's so cool, Jamie. I love when that happens. There's nothing wrong with being 44 and a grandma. I made my mom a grandma when she was, let's see, 20. She was 41. She was 41, almost 42. Yeah, she was just about to turn 42. No worries. Aw, my birthday's April 12th. April 24th. Kate, you're smart. Mine can do their own. It's just, okay. I think I talked about this before. I was born an aunt. That is funny. I know quite a few people who have had that same situation. I am, I'm not a control freak, and I don't think anyone in my house would really call me one either. But there are certain things that I am a control freak about, and laundry is one of them. I do them a certain way. They know what bins to put stuff in because I do whites, lights, darks, and reds, and towels are separate. And so I do clothes. I wash clothes according to colors like that. And that's fine, but I am a big stickler on, I want to be able to reach in pockets and make sure that there's not like a chapstick or something in it, because yes, that has happened before. And just, I don't know, things like that. Like, and I know certain things that need to be, hung to dry, or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And so the laundry thing is my fault because I totally am like finicky about that. You won't make them call you Glamma. It's so funny. I was talking to my son's fiance, and we were talking the one day about like, what you'll call or what like their kids will call me or whatever. Because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be Grandma Gerstenberger. That's my husband's mom. And that's a big old mouthful for kids anyway. And so I'm like, my nieces call me Aunt Nell. And so I'm like, I think I should be Grammy Nell. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And so I think Grammy Nell is going to be what, grandkids call me. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But there's none on the way yet. So I don't have to worry about it anytime soon. Not worry about it, but think about it anytime soon. Yeah, I wouldn't be. I mean, obviously I would rather them get married and stuff first. And so but then like yeah, I have no problem being a young grandma. I'd rather be a young grandma. I like being a young mom. There's people my age who I have a girl that I graduated with who just had a baby like right before Christmas. That to me, I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, thanks, Riley. I mean, thank you for bringing me
the dragon,
dirty clothes to
the August Burns red, and the Punisher shirt. Is what I found. I have more things, but it's not anything in the realm of things I wear. But.
Yeah, just throw them on the floor in the laundry room, bro. But yeah, I cannot even imagine having a baby right now, or a toddler, or even kids in elementary school. Ugh, like I'm so happy the stage we are at. And Asher with basketball schedules and stuff, it has pushed him back for like taking his driver's training stuff was all messed up and everything. So he turned 16 the end of October, but he doesn't have his license yet. But he is scheduled for his driving test on April 30th. So once he has his license, that changes everything too, because then like my husband was talking about, he'd like to do like a long weekend camping trip before school's out and stuff. So like the campground is quiet, and stuff. And once Asher has his license, then that's totally doable because he can just drive himself to and from school. Where right now it doesn't really work that way unless Riley was going to be home, but he's going to be starting a new job and stuff. So, we don't have that to rely on. So once he has his license, that gives us a lot more freedom because then we don't have any kids who depend on us to get them places or things like that. And like I said, I am all about this stage of life. Like I am so happy to still be young and be in this stage of life. So even though there's good and bad on both sides, being a young parent is hard too, so it's, the give and take, but I am definitely glad that we did things the way we did because I'm very happy to be, well, just like with the working out and the stuff like that. Like I feel like I have time for me, and that is awesome. Like I don't have, little kids who are depending on me for stuff. And so. Oh, you got April birthdays too. Oh, washing crayons. Yep. Oh, there's all sorts of fun things like that can end up in the laundry. Oh gosh. That's so true, Kate. And same thing, I have to admit, like, I was not good about making my kids cook stuff or things like that. Like, I'm sorry to their future wives because I did not. You know what though? But no one taught my husband that either. My husband does most of like the cooking. He does the grocery shopping. Like, so it's not that they can't learn that stuff and adapt to it, but I do wish I had made them do more of that kind of stuff. They do like loading and unloading the dishwasher and taking out garbage and stuff like that. But we've never made them do like they'll do like some yard work stuff in the summer and things like that. But we never had them do like a lot of that life stuff like laundry and making, cooking and stuff like that. So I do wish that we had done that. And I agree. I think a lot of things should be taught in school that aren't. And there's some things that I don't know that are necessary. I think we need more life skill things than necessarily like textbook stuff. Not that there aren't things that are still important to learn. I don't mean that, but I definitely think we don't put enough of a focus on life stuff, like actual life things that they're going to need. What, Emily? You better watch it, girl. Don't get yourself in trouble. Yeah, Kate, that would be starting over. I would die. I would die. Like, you guys, I cannot even imagine my mental state if that happened to me. My husband's fixed. Not that that stuff can't still happen, but he, like, was it 2 years ago, had the recheck and everything was still good. So, because I'm not even messing around with that. Oh, Jamie, good for you for getting out of that situation. Good for you. So many people stay in those situations and it breaks my heart. Yep, absolutely. You are worth so much more than that. No one is worth being treated like that. I wish people could understand. And I know people stay for different reasons. Sometimes it's the fear of being alone. You depend on this person, whatever. None of those things are ever worth it to let somebody treat you like, just, I'm so glad for you. Okay, Sue. I always said I want all my kids by the time I'm 30. I want to have all my kids before I turn 30. And when I had my youngest son, um, so what was I? 27? I don't have a brain right now. Anyway, I was in like my later 20s and I was like, if I do want to have another one, it's going to have to be real quick. But then when he had his febrile seizure stuff and all the things that we had with him, I was like, I can't do this again. So, um, but yeah, I was definitely like, I want all my kids by the time I'm 30 because my mom had my youngest sister when she was 30. And so, I was like, like I like the age range, same thing. They were still young enough to go do things and whatever. So that sounds weird, but you know what I mean? Like you never know when you're older. I mean, obviously some people have disability things throughout their life anyway, but as you get older, your body deteriorates more and more, and some people faster than others. And it was, it was always something I was kind of conscious of that I'm like, right now my body is young and healthy and I can have babies and have the stamina to chase after them and do whatever. And then when I'm older, I still want to be young enough to still be able to like go do things and hopefully still have several years of having an able body. And so it did work out so far. I shouldn't say, you never know what can happen. You really don't. But I'm thankful for how things have been so far. Exactly, Kate. More helpful than trigonometry. That's what I'm talking about. If I feel like there should be those options for kids who are very into like math or sciencey things like that, for them to be able to do that stuff. But those kind of things shouldn't be things everyone has to. We don't even use that stuff. Like there are so many things you learn in school that you never ever use. And I remember being like freaked out because I do not have a math brain. I just do not. Like my brain shuts down when it sees numbers. I don't care what it is. It doesn't even about like measurements and stuff. It's like any kind of number. Because my husband's like, measurements is not the same as math. And he's like, I mean, it is to some extent, but not. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. As soon as there's numbers involved, my brain checks out. It just does. And my sisters are like that too. And so I was like, in school, I had a very hard time getting through algebra, a super hard time getting through algebra. And in college, I passed with a C, and you would have thought I got an A plus because I was so happy. My husband helped me a lot. If I had not had him to really like coach me through things and stuff, there's no way I would have passed. He is a major math brain. And, so I'm like, those things that I was so worried about, like, because I could hardly get past that. I don't use algebra ever for anything in my life. Like, so why is it something that had so much focus on it and like I struggled so hard with and felt stupid about, and it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? Like something's weird about that. I don't know. I just don't get it. Oh, that is nice, Sue, that they can make dinner and stuff. That's awesome. That's a really good idea. Make your own dinner night. I like that. Or like make dinner for the family or whatever. I'm terrified of what my kids would go. And there's things that I know that they can do, they just don't want to. And so that's part of it too. Like I have fully admitted I am lazy. Like by nature, I am lazy. I don't want to do things. I don't want to clean. I don't want to cook. But like you have to do things, you know? And so if I have to do stuff, I obviously can, but there's things that I just choose not to. If I don't have to do it, I'm not gonna do it. Like I don't enjoy cooking. It's not fun to me. Yeah, that's another big reason I've been like clearing out my house because I hate cleaning. So the less stuff that there is around, the less you have to clean. Makes it a lot easier to vacuum when there's not, a ton of stuff, or dust when there isn't stuff sitting that you have to pick up and move and dust all that off too. And I don't want it. I don't want it. I want to use my time doing stuff that I enjoy, like watching YouTube or working out now and stuff. It's funny, my rest days I have a hard time with now because I enjoy working out. I actually am looking forward to it every day. And so yesterday was a full body day. And when she does a full body workout, the next day is a rest day. And so yesterday I was like, I don't want tomorrow to be a rest day. Like I want to work out. But then this morning I woke up and like, I was feeling it, like my shoulders and neck and stuff. I have issues with my neck and stuff anyway. So I was like, okay, it does need to be a rest day. Like trust the professionals here. The people who actually know when you should be resting and stuff. So, but yeah, I like am loving working out and stuff. And it's making me want to do more active things. That's the cool part. Not just do the workout. It's making me want to get out and walk and like go do stuff where I otherwise like to just sit around like a lump all the time. And so it's helping me with that. It's helping me be more like, oh, there's that laundry that I should get done. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Where like before I'll be like, I could probably wait till tomorrow. Like I'm finding myself being more motivated in other areas of my life because I'm moving my body more. It's just, I don't know. Like it makes me not want to be so lazy. And so that's just another awesome perk. You did prove them wrong, Sue. That's awesome. I love that. People are just people. They don't know. God's got the plan. People think they do. Mm-mm. And that's awesome. And that's the thing. I know a lot of people who love math and are really good at it. I cannot do it. I don't know what it is. I would say, I think my youngest sister is probably the best at it, I think. But none of us are good at math. Like we all struggled. Oh my gosh, that's crazy, Sue. Yeah, no kidding. You couldn't plan that. That's a perfect example. We can't. That's awesome. Oh, Jamie, that's so awesome. Yes, definitely. Aw. I'm sorry that you've had to go through that, but you know what? You can use that for good and, make you stronger and realize your worth and what you will not put up with again. And definitely. That's funny, Sue. Yeah, no, not for me. You guys, I'm talking even like addition. Like that makes me sound like a total idiot. I don't mean like simple addition, but no, really. Like okay, I just thought in my head 7 plus 6. I had to think about it as 13. Okay, this is so weird. My husband's like, I don't remember that, but I swear I remember it, and so does my sister, being taught to picture dice when you're doing like math. And so it would be like 7, and then 6 would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I swear the teacher taught us to do that, like what the dice was, because my sister remembers the same thing and we're 2 years apart. So obviously we learned it from somewhere. And that is how my mind does math. It's not quick. Like my husband's like, no, it's 6 twice plus 1. And I'm like, oh yeah. Like, things like that are just quick. That's not how my brain does it. And it's difficult. Not really. Like I can get through life perfectly fine, just the way I am. The only times it's hard is things like where, hey cat, hello. I'm so glad you're here. Is things like giving back change or something. Like I will not work a concession stand or taking money at a game where I have to give people change back. Nope, not happening. I could work like where I worked in doing retail and stuff because I have a cash register that does the stuff for me. And if something got messed up, I'll have a calculator down next to me. The thing I hate is when somebody gives you money and then goes, oh, here, I'll give you this so that you can give them back like even change. My mind, total freak out. And so, yeah, I don't even put myself in those positions because it's like, I can't, my brain does not do that. And it's an anxiety thing too. So, it just makes me panic. And so then I can't even think, even stuff that if I had the time and just thought about it for a minute, I could do. I can't because I'm in like this panic mode. So, hate it. Jamie, do it. Girl, I am cheering you on. I'm serious. Like you have people behind you. I'm going to be praying for you like crazy. Like take this opportunity and run with it, girl. Honestly, like prove the people who are saying that wrong and show them who you really are and do not. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Definitely praying for you. Yep. And that's the thing too, like not having small kids that you're, in a relationship like that and have young kids and stuff like that. Like you have this opportunity where you don't have those things that are like making you feel like you're being held there. Girl, run. Don't look back. And Kate, I'm an English brain because I actually was going to go to college to be a college English professor is something that I was going to do. And then I got pregnant with my oldest son. And then, so I just got my associate's degree and that was all I did. But that was my plan before that. I was going to be a English professor. Oh my gosh, it's so funny, Sue. It's so crazy how people's brains are so different, And I was talking about that one time, like, how people make people feel stupid about things. We were all made different. Our brains are made differently. And so some people have like very quick skills on things, just like there's people who are quick-witted or, whatever. Like we all have, our brains are all different. We are all different. And that's for a reason. It's a good thing. And so I don't like when it's like, oh, if people can't do this or this, then they're not intelligent. Like, no, it's just they're intelligent in a different way. Like, I don't understand that. Oh my gosh, there is this truck that drives down this. I'm not even kidding. Like this dude, I think I've talked about it before. Easy 10 times a day. Now I live down a dirt road. That the only reason you're really driving down it is if you live down it. And he does, because I saw where he lives. I have no idea why he feels the need to drive constantly back and forth, and he drives super slow. And so I just saw something out of the corner of my eye and looked over, and the way the sun is shining right now off his silver truck, it about blinded me. But I'm like, buddy, like get a hobby. I can't, it drives me nuts how he just drives back and forth constantly. He's an older man. I don't know what he's doing, but and gas is expensive right now. Stay home. Wow, that's awesome, Kate. That's like my one uncle, like, is an accountant and stuff, and I'm like, wow. Oh, and I love that. Yes. Like, let's support each other, you guys. Like, and some people have been in similar situations. So, yeah, that's the beauty of our pain, different experiences that we have in life. We're able to help other people because of them. And, it's very easy for somebody who has never been in that situation to tell you, like, well, this is what you need to do, and da 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 da. Who's when they've never experienced it, it's a lot harder to hear it from them or take what they, you know what I'm trying to say, I think. Where if it's somebody who has been through something similar, they, know more of what you're feeling and thoughts that you're having and what your fears are about it or whatever. And like that gives us an opportunity to be able to help each other. And so that's why no matter what you go through in life, God can take what was meant for evil and use it for good. And these are exactly the types of things where I see that happen in a very like, visible way is people being able to use their past hurts and experiences to be able to help somebody who's currently in it and, try to help them get through it. And I think that's amazing. Wow. Yeah, right, Jamie. It's such a great opportunity to be able to have that and that you'll be able to help them too by babysitting. And so like it's awesome. Oh my goodness, Kate. Yeah, no, I agree. Anything that causes you that much stress that it's giving you physical, like health issues, no, no. Or mental health, obviously, either. Ugh. So many people go through such hard things. And it's so hard for me, like, your people are like, well, they love me. No, they don't. That is not love. Like, love doesn't hurt. Not like that. I mean, you go through things in relationships that are struggles and whatever, that some things sometimes are a little hurtful. But I'm talking about like definitely never physically hurt. It should never, ever, ever happen. But even like mentally, like for somebody to talk down to you and treat you bad, I'm talking about things that you go through that are hard, that you might be, like irritated with each other or upset with each other, like things like that. Those things happen. But I can tell you, I would never do something that I know would be hurtful to my husband. Because I love him. And when you love somebody, you don't want to hurt them. My friends, I would never do something hurtful to them because I love them. I'm not a good friend if I could, be careless with their feelings. And, I don't know. It's so hard for me. Oh my gosh, Kate. Yeah, for sure. That's a big thing. My husband and I have been talking about that lately too, about, worrying about what family or other people think about like what your kids are doing. Cause he was saying like somebody at the school, cause he works at the school, was asking him like, oh, what's Riley up to? And whatever. And he's like, well, right now he's working at Hungry Howie's. He's delivering pizzas. The kid makes like $100 in tips in like a 5-hour shift. Like that's pretty decent. And then, on top of his other money. So he's working like evenings a few nights a week and whatever. That's not what he wants to do for a career. It's just what he's doing right now because he was looking for what he really wants to do. And he's like, and the lady was like, oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. Like he'll figure it out. It's all right. And he goes, and then I was like, should I be embarrassed about this? Like I'm not, whatever. But like the way she was saying it was in like this, like, oh, don't worry about it. That's what he's doing. Like it'll get better or something. You know what I mean? And he goes, it's like I wasn't even like thinking about it that way. Like, and I said, and that's the thing, though. It's so funny to me. Like, I don't care what other people's kids are doing. I don't care what people in my family are doing for jobs or whatever. I don't live their lives. They don't live mine. And like people worry way too much about other people. And we all have very different ideas of success. And we talked about this before. Success to me is not a swanky job where you make a ton of money. that's not the life we ever wanted. We didn't want to be where either of us are working constantly, home in the evenings where you see each other for just a little bit, and like your weekends are packed, and then it's back to the week again, and you go on vacations to be able to spend time with your family, because otherwise you can never get to see each other because you're too busy. That's not success to me. And some people, that is what makes them happy. That is not what makes me happy. And I don't think that's what's going to make my kids happy either. They weren't raised that way. I wasn't raised that way. And I think that's part of it too, is how you're raised. Some people come from very career driven families, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but that's something they enjoy. Now, if one of my kids suddenly was like, you know what, this is like a career path I want to take, and I'm going to be all about it and whatever, that's awesome. I want them to do what makes them feel fulfilled in life, and have the life that they want, not the things that people look at as being successful, but have a life that makes them joyful and that they're thankful for, and things like that. So, because I've definitely got some family members who are very much on that, where the kids need to go to college, they should have some kind of a career, they should have, and it's like, okay, that's your dream. That's what you want. Your kids did that. Good for you. That's not my kids' lives aren't your life, and they're not my life, kind of thing. And so that thing of worrying about what family is going to think. And I hate that our kids even have to worry about that, because again, it's their life, and some people struggle. And a lot of times that's choices that you make. Those are your choices to make. And so, other people shouldn't really have any kind of say in it. I've talked before about different jobs that people look down on. Well, let me tell you, if you're sitting in a restaurant, you shouldn't be looking down on people cooking the food in the back, washing the dishes, waiting on you, because if they weren't, you couldn't be sitting in a restaurant enjoying a meal. If you can't look down on people who clean places, clean hotels. Do you want a clean hotel room to stay in? Well, then you should be thankful for the people who come and clean up after you. People put down and look down on these certain jobs, and it's they are what makes the world go around. We wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that we are able to do if it weren't for people doing these types of jobs. And so it's I don't know. I don't get that mentality of you have to go to college, you have to have a career. This is what success is. I don't get that. To me, that's misery. But to some people it's not, and that's fine. But I'm saying to expect that everyone should feel that way is just, it makes no sense to me. Oh, I know, Anne. I know. I know people in those situations for sure. They make you feel like you don't deserve anything better. And that's a lie. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. That is a straight up lie. That's why you need to know who you are in Christ, who God sees you as. He made you. He loves you unconditionally. He thinks you are the most amazing thing. And you need to be able to see yourself through that, because this is just a person, and they don't like themselves. That's why they're treating you like they do. And that is for them to work out, not for you to fix. And yeah, no. Yes, love is wanting to protect, not hurt. Absolutely. The snob comment, pretty much right on, Anne. I would say a lot of people would refer to this person as a snob. Yeah, Sue, I agree. No matter what your job is, you work at it and be proud of it. You should be able to be proud. Okay, so the job that I worked for almost 3 years, that was retail. It was Dollar General. You know what? I wasn't like, oh, I'm working at Dollar General. I'm such a loser. I was choosing to work there for one. And when I went to work, my goal was to treat customers well and kick butt in that store, cleaning stuff, stocking stuff, whatever the tasks were, my goal was to do like the best at it that I could. It's like a game for me. Like, like goals that I have set for myself and like, oh, I'm going to get this much done of this or, whatever by the end of my shift. And like, it doesn't matter what you're doing if you put your all into it. And honestly, I would still be there doing it if it weren't for the fact that things were getting all messed up. The company does not care about their employees. We're just going to be straight up about that. And which is the case with a lot of those types of companies. I was not being paid to do what I was doing because there were several other people working who didn't do a dang thing and made the same as me or more. And it's just, none of it made sense. And it was getting where it was more stressful than what it was worth. And so that was why I quit. Now, even though I knew I was quitting, did I go to work and be lazy and just, halfway do things? No, because that is not how I was taught. And that is a big part of the problem too these days is people are not taught to put their all into something. It's like, just do what you got to do to get by. Like just, to get your paycheck. Let's be real. That's the case with a lot of, you can see that everywhere. So yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of job you work, because there would be people like that I knew from school and stuff that would come in that would be like, why are you working here? And I'm like, why not? Like, it's close to home. I enjoy it, whatever. But people definitely have a view on things, like nobody's too good for anything. Let's just say that. And I have a hard time with that because there was a girl that she was a little bit older than me in school, and they ended up moving, but a couple of years ago, but her kids were in the school and stuff too. And we were at a basketball game, and she actually 2 different times said this to me. Do you ever ask yourself, like, what are we still doing here? Like in this town, or why are we? And I'm like, no, like I'm here because I want to be. But it was like this attitude of we're too good for this. And I'm like, maybe you think you are, but I don't. Like, it's all about what you want in life. Do what makes you happy, what you want to do, and let other people do what makes them happy and what they want to do. And like to think that you're better because of where you live or where you work or what your kids do or what your grandkids do or whatever. Like, you are you, they are them. Get over yourself. Like, oh, drives me crazy. That's awesome, Kate. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, with Riley, he's going to be starting a new job that I'm super excited about. I am so hoping that because it's the type of job that he wanted to do. And so he's got this opportunity. And so I hope it ends up being what it sounds like it should be able to be. So for right now, he's been delivering pizzas and he makes good money. He makes better money than some other people I know that are working other jobs where they're working a lot harder and a lot more hours. And obviously it's not a career thing because it's not something like with him that he can get, insurance and stuff like that. Like, it's not as sustainable to, care for a family or, pay to have a home or that kind of thing. But that's not what he was looking for. He was looking for something to be able to make money and save while he's living at home right now until he found the kind of job that's more what he would like to do long term, or get him in the door for even better opportunities for this type of job. And so that's how we were looking at it too. Like, we're happy for him that he was able to do things this way and be able to have this job situation come about. It never occurred to me that maybe I should be embarrassed that my 19-year-old delivers pizzas. Like, I'm like, think about the jobs I was doing when I was that age. I worked in a tanning salon and like, you know what I mean? That wasn't anything better than that. Like, I don't know why people think these kids have to have a freaking career at 19. Like, I don't get it. And why would you even want to? Like, you have your whole life basically to work. It's like, oh my gosh. Carla, look. It's the liquid IV from my Walmart beauty box, remember? Golden cherry. Spoiler alert, it's good. It's actually really good. I think Amazon might be delivering a package for me. I hear a lot of noise outside. Sorry, I'm going back and reading. Yeah, that's the thing, Sue. Like, it doesn't matter where you work. Like, don't we all have people at different places that we're like, oh my gosh, I love that person. Like, their personality is so good. They have such a good attitude. Like, every time you see them, it could be like the lady at the post office near where I live. I absolutely love her. I took her in a Christmas present because I just think she's super sweet and awesome. And she makes your experience every time you go there a good one. And, it's whatever you do your best at it and be kind to people. And that's what's successful to me, is being a loving, kind person who makes other people feel valued. That is success. Hi. That's my husband coming back. Riley and Asher went to play basketball.
Went to play basketball?
Yeah, in K-Pac with Lizzie.
K-Pac with Lizzie.
Yep. I'm on my live still.
Who's Lizzie?
I don't want to say your last name.
Oh. All right.
Probably shouldn't just shout out people's last names.
Okay.
I just thought I'd tell you where people were.
Oh, I was kind of curious.
Yeah, for sure, Kate. Like, know your worth. And that's the thing too. Like, with where I was, it's like, it's not like they were going to give me a raise, for one. And again, like, when you're not treating people what they're worth, and you're letting other people come in and do like the minimum of their job, and they're making as much or more than somebody who's working harder than them. And I was there longer than them. I just didn't want to be like, I didn't want the responsibility of being like a key holder, like any kind of management type stuff. And so there were several people, most all of them younger than me, who were those positions, who made not a ton more than me. So that's kind of funny too, because I was like, I don't want all that responsibility for only that much more pay, but they're making more than me and we're doing nothing. And so it's like, after a certain point, it's like, okay, enough of this, Oh, okay. At Walmart either. That's the thing though. A lot of like the big companies, like, let's be real, you're just a body there to keep the store open. You changed the topic? Where? I don't know. Oh yeah, Kate. And that's the thing too. And let's be real. College isn't for everybody. So the fact that she went and tried it out and got as far as she did, like, that's awesome. Sometimes you don't know until you try, and that doesn't make you a failure. Sisu, you were like the person that the people hoped made their pizza. A freezer factory would like that made freezers, made factories. Yeah. Is that what you mean, Kate? And Sue, I love that too. When you have like regular kind of customers who like, then you have those relationships with, and because there would be certain people who would come in the store, and every time that they did, I'd be like, yay, they're here, because they're like somebody friendly that you knew you were going to have a good interaction with. Now, in the same token, there were also people that you'd see come in and go, oh crap, because you knew it was going to be miserable because they were just miserable people. And no matter what you do, like, there were some people, it did not matter. There's some people who come in with an attitude, but when you come at them friendly and like goofy and stuff, then it's like they kind of are like, oh, okay, and it kind of changes their mood or attitude. And then there's the people who that just nothing is going to work. They are determined to be grouchy jerks, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it's like there was one guy who at first it was like it really bothered me, and then I was just like, whatever, he's a jerk. But at first it bothered me that I couldn't get him to like be friendly. You know what I mean? Like I'm being friendly to him, but he still won't. But whatever. Oh, thank you, Anne, for being here. You have an amazing day. I will definitely be coming over and checking out your dresses. Hi, Maggie. How are you today? My thrifting friend. I was saying, like, I've been looking more on Poshmark than like the thrift stores because the prices of everything in the thrift stores has gone up so much. It's like, it's hardly even worth it to go shop there. And then, like when I was in Goodwill a couple weeks ago now, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. They had like American Eagle, brand, which is a decent brand, but it would be $6.99 for a shirt from American Eagle, but it was like not even in good condition at all. Like I'm talking like it had like pilling on it really bad and stuff. And I'm like, okay, like I realize it's more of like a brand that's nicer, but the shirt itself is not nice. Like, so to put that price on it, like, I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, it's terrible. I actually saw on Instagram the other day, and I wish I knew who it was, but it was somebody had a thing about I won't be able to think exactly how it was, but it was basically about like something about my, thrift store has lost its mind or whatever. And it was showing the prices that they had on some of the stuff was so ridiculous. And I'm like, these are not thrift store prices. Like who's going to even want to shop at thrift stores anymore? Like I don't want somebody's, and we've talked about this, like the stuff that I donate is nice. There are no holes. There aren't stains. There's not pilling on it. It's not weirdly stretched out or got washed and it's misshapen or whatever. Like I give things that like, if I were going to a thrift store, I would look at and go, oh, that's nice. Like, you know what I mean? People send their garbage and they put it up for sale there. And I don't understand it. I'm like, nobody wants this. Like, why is this? I found this dress that was so cute. I was so excited about it. And then I looked at it and I'm like, it's got a hole right here. Like, who wants a dress with a hole in it? But on Poshmark too, I cannot believe the things that people will list on there. I'm like, why would anyone want to buy that? Like, why are you putting that? That is garbage. Like, so weird. They were really good this month, the challenge videos, for sure. I have so much fun with that every month. I'm excited about the one for this month, actually. Because, yep, I already have my stuff. Oh, that's cool, Kate. So you know, like, the inside workings. Awesome. That's the thing, too. There's so many different kinds of jobs out there. Oh, good, Maggie. I'm glad you'll be back for this month. We were talking too, like, we come from a small town, but even still, like, I feel like when you're in school, like, what are the jobs that kids think, like, when you say, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's all the same things: a teacher, a doctor, a lawyer. Like, it's like these are like the only jobs there are. And I feel like they need to do a better job of making people aware, not just kids, like adults too, of all of the different facets of like jobs that there are out there, because there's a billion different things that you don't even think about. And I don't know, so I feel like people get stuck, like, oh, none of these things are something I want to be. Well, there's a billion more things than that you can be, but those are like the only things that we tell kids and stuff about. So it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. And then, there's a lot of kids, like, if you're not somebody who is interested in those things or feels like that's something you could do, then you feel like you're not good enough or something because that's not, like, oh, I could never be a doctor. Well, who cares? Not everybody's supposed to be a doctor. Wow. And that's the thing too, Kate, like our kids are all so different. So it's, to expect like all of my kids are doing this and they're gonna, like it's good to have things that you like want your kids to strive for things and you want them to know that like if they really want to do something, like they should work toward that, but to like make it seem like every kid should have to do these certain things and like you expect this of them, like that's so much pressure to put on somebody and set them up for failure. I don't like that. Yeah, for sure, Sue. Actually, I even just think about like when you go into a store and you get something on clearance. So think about it, like sometimes you can go into like JCPenney, for instance, it has really, well, I haven't been there in a while, but they used to have really good clearance. Like I could get like a really cute shirt for like $1.99. They're still making profit off of that. So that tells you how much, and then you look at it and it was like originally $29.99 or something. It tells you how much like they inflate the prices on things. Like it's insane. Oh, wow, Kate. Oh, bye, Sue. I didn't know you were leaving. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Bye, Jamie. Thank you for being here too. I guess I have been on here almost 2 hours. It's cool, like when I was growing up, we had a pickle factory in the town where I was growing up, but then that ended up closing. But now it's like a different factory there that is pretty well known. It's kind of cool, even in small little towns. Hi, Auntie Barbara Jean. How are you doing today? Yeah, Kate. And sometimes that's the thing, you're kind of just thrown into something because that's all there is. And then I remember I worked at a pizza place in town, and then they opened a florist. Well, when basically it was like the florist, shop, whatever. And so when they would be like where she couldn't be there for some reason, they would have me go in. Well, I didn't know how to do anything. And so I'm like, no, like I can't put together like arrangements or something. Like I remember being like terrified. Like it didn't get a lot of business. It didn't stay open very long because it's a super small town. And so the opportunity for people to even like use it, you know what I mean? Utilize it. It was like, okay, homecoming, prom, that kind of stuff for corsages and boutonnieres or whatever. And then like the occasional, bouquet type thing, but it's too small of a town to have something like that. But, so fortunately when I was there, it wasn't very often that like I had to do anything, but man, I would like panic if somebody came in and was like, oh, I need blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like just have to act like it. I hate stuff like that. I've had a couple job things like that where it's like I kind of was thrust into stuff that I did not even know what the heck I was doing and just had to pretend. I don't like that. I'm not a confident enough person for that. Maggie, that is amazing. That is seriously amazing. What did you do? Isn't it crazy, Carla? All the places that you can go from, like just the different types. And and a lot of it is trial and error. Like, and that's what, talking like my middle son has had quite a few different jobs. And it's like, you will find the thing that you're like, oh, I can do this, or not I can do this, but like I actually enjoy doing it, enough to want to keep doing it. But a lot of things are kind of a trial and error kind of thing to figure out what you like, and different things open doors to other things. And Oh, Montgomery wards. You saying that just makes me think of my grandma that passed away a few years ago. I totally remember her. Like Montgomery wards was like everything. So funny. Totally forgot about that until now. Wow. That is amazing, Maggie. I don't think there's probably a lot of people who can say that. She said she's only worked one job. She started a week after high school graduation and retired 37 years later. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Like, have you ever heard of somebody who started like right out of high school with a job and that's what they retired from?
No.
Amazing. I worked at the local ice cream place in high school, then pizza place and the florist. Then I moved to an assisted living home and then a tanning salon, then to another assisted living home. Well, group home. Yeah, so it was different. I did assisted living for a while, then I did like group home for several years. And I've done a lot of, I worked in Sears Portrait Studio. I've worked a couple of retail places like clothing and stuff like that. I worked at the school as a preschool aide for a couple of years. And I still haven't found what I actually like. You're a dinosaur. Stop it. You are not. Oh, that's cool, Kate. That's kind of fun. Oh, I did food prep for a freezer meal party company. I've done quite a few different things, I guess. It's fun. But that's kind of the cool thing too, is like you learn different things here and there. Actually, the other day my husband was chopping something and I'm like, why are you doing that like that? And so that, and then I'm like, well, I guess I know how to do it because of having that job. And I learned how to, the best way to cut different vegetables or different stuff like that. So it was like stuff like that like I didn't know before I started working there. And now I'm like, you kind of forget that you learned it somewhere too. Like, it's kind of cool. Well, ladies, I think I've blabbed a lot. And since my husband is home now, I think I will go ahead and head out for the evening. But not head out. I'm going to stay here, but just head off of here. And yeah, but thank you guys so much for being here. I missed you last week. I didn't even talk about the concert. So I guess we'll talk about that next week, or maybe I'll do a video or something. But yeah. Also, how do you feel about this hair? I just want a little feedback. That's so funny, Kate. So we've had some similar experiences with some of that stuff. I will say right now, they do not pay people who work in nursing homes, group homes, that kind of stuff nearly enough for the kind of jobs that they do. And they don't staff enough people to give people the attention that they need. That was something that was very hard for me there. It wasn't like the money part separately, but the fact that like you had so much to take care of while you were there that you couldn't spend the time with the people that they needed desperately. I hated that so much. Like, break your heart. Kate says hi.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm so glad too. Thank you so much. You have a good evening. Oh, thank you, Carla. I'm so glad. Oh, thank you, Kate. I'm like trying to figure out, and it kind of does some weird things. But like I said, I said it earlier in the live, but this is hair that was washed yesterday and then just air dried, and then I curled it today. So it has no product whatsoever in it. So it's kind of like slightly wonky, but it actually looks pretty like shiny and stuff. So, but I'm just, I'm trying to figure out the middle part thing, and yeah. But oh, that's good. That's good. people come into like, that's the thing. There need to be people who literally sit with these people and listen to their stories and play games with them and paint their nails and, do things that make them feel special and valued and noticed. And because it was like, you would try so hard to be able to, there'd be someone like following you, wanting to talk to you. And it's like, I would feel so bad because I'd just keep being like, oh, just a minute. Because I'd have to go into people's rooms and they couldn't come in there while I'm like changing someone else's diaper or something. And so it's like, it was just so hard to see that because it's like, they need that human interaction. We're humans. Like they need to be hugged and they need to like be able to talk and tell you about their lives and, whatever. And it was like, there's just not the time to do it. Carla, I just did that to my hair last week, last Saturday, I think. So I hear you, girl. Mine was pretty rough. All right. Thank you, Charlie. All right. Thank you, guys. I love you and have an awesome rest of your week. I will see you back here next Tuesday and we will chat more then. Have fun on your holiday, Kate. Love you. Thank you for taking the time to come and spend with me. Oh, absolutely, Kate. I don't doubt that for a second. Aw. Well, I love you, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.